Well, I appreciate everybody being here. We kind of have a smaller group tonight, but that's okay. I encourage you guys, turn on your webcams, be active. Make sure to open up the chat window on the side. Let me know what questions you have. Because, we moved the webinar. It was supposed to be yesterday, but we moved it till today because of the presidential debates. And, I'm not really that political. I really don't pay attention to that, but I did watch it. And I don't know about you guys, but it just made me go, oh. It doesn't matter who wins. I want to move to Costa Rica. We're getting out of the country. But what we want to do, what we want to create is, we want to set something up where we can be in charge of our own future. We can be in charge of our own destiny, where it doesn't matter, who the president is, who wins, that we know that we're in charge of where we're going. And today, who here watched the debates? Let's start off with that. Who watched them? Who regrets watching them? So today, we're actually going to have kind of our own Jerky Direct network marketing debates. Well, not really, but it's kind of going to be in that same format because in the debates, they kind of talked about three things. Where's Bill? Yeah, talked about three things. And tonight, I'm going to talk about those same three things. We're going to kind of cover those same three topics. And at the end, we have a little bit of a question and answer coming up. I know people sent some emails with questions and also posted in the Facebook group with questions. So we're going to go over those as well. But in the debates, the three things they talked about, the first one was achieving prosperity. The second one was security. And the third one is direction. So those are the three things we're going over. So, when it comes to achieving prosperity, building this business, we have to replace the failed policies of the old Jerky Direct. After 12 years of running the business, they closed down. They said they're no longer willing to keep the business going. In fact, they're not even willing to make jerky for it anymore. And, this left people frustrated. It left people, beaten, broke down. It left them hurt. And, I had to take the brunt of that. That was pretty much on my shoulders what happened. I literally had people contact me to tell me how I ruined their business, how I ruined their lives, and it's all my fault. I had people contact me like I went over to their house and stomped on their puppy. When really what happens is the business closed down. They weren't even for sale. And to be honest, they didn't even really want to sell it. They could have cared less what happened to the business. I mean, they cared less while it was open and in business. You should have pictured once it closed down, they really could have cared. But the truth is, I am here and I do care. I'm coming with a new vision, a new plan to have a company that prospers and is not going to shut down, but that can have an army of distributors who are here and who are able to achieve prosperity. I mean, isn't that why you guys are here? To make money, to build a business from home and earn that residual income? That's why I got started. Back in college, everyone tells me I still look like I'm in college, but that was that was 12 years ago now. Back in college, I was bright-eyed, I was bushy-tailed, just thinking how easy this is going to be. It doesn't matter what I go to class for, I'm going to get rich online. It's genius. The first time I heard about this business and this industry, it was the most genius thing I've ever heard of. And I just knew that everybody was going to join. People would be crazy not to be interested. But once I started to tell people, it turned out everyone just thought that I was crazy. And this didn't make sense in my mind. How can people just be happy going to a job that they hate for the next 40 years? How can people be okay not following their dreams? How can people be okay working for 40 years just to end up broke? Everyone, they talk about having their own business. They talk about making more money. And now there's an opportunity right in front of them. It's right in their face, and they don't want to do it. I mean, this absolutely blew my mind. I didn't understand how this could happen. But after a few months, I kind of started to realize why. I mean, this is hard. I'll be completely honest with you guys. I mean, this is no easy business. No matter how simple my upline said it would be, no matter how the presentation said I was just going to get rich and make thousands of dollars overnight, I struggled. I didn't know how to get my business in front of people who were actually interested in it. That's what I didn't realize. There's a whole market. I mean, there's literally thousands of hundreds of thousands of millions of people interested in this type of business, but I had no idea how to get my information in front of them. And, many times this industry, it left me broke, it left me beaten, it left me frustrated. It left me wondering, is this even possible? If it's possible, could I even do it? I was stuck out there, I was pitching the dream, but living the nightmare. But I always knew, somehow, some way I was going to make it. I was going to make it work. I remember years ago I was at the grocery store, and I was looking at a box of crackers, and I was looking at a box of ramen, and I had to decide which one I was going to get, because I couldn't afford both. And that was almost a moment in my life where I said, that's it. Like, I knew I can't live the rest of my life this way. I can't be at the grocery store trying to figure if I want crackers or ramen to eat. I knew that wasn't my destiny. I knew that wasn't the plans God had for me. I'm smarter than that. I'm more creative than that. And I knew there was something out there. And I knew one day I'm going to meet the girl of my dreams. And when I meet her, I have to be ready. I have to be able to provide a life for her. If I ever want to have a family, I'm going to have to provide a life for that family. And that was the day that I stopped looking for the secrets. I stopped looking for a magic system or something so simple that just anybody can do it. And I realized I needed to learn strategies. And what I learned is that, there's no special kind of MLM strategy. There's no special like network marketing training. In fact, the same skills that it takes to be successful in network marketing are the same skills it takes to be successful in any sales job or in any marketing job. Sales is sales. Marketing is marketing. Online marketing is online marketing. It doesn't matter if it's multi-level marketing, if you have your own products, if you have a niche website or a blog, or if you have a brick and mortar business, whatever it is, all the same strategies apply. And once I started to dedicate myself to learning and training, that's when the results started to follow. That's when I could finally stop jumping from business to business, from shiny ball to guru to guru. And I was finally able to focus on the task at hand and what needed to be done. If you want to be a busboy at Denny's, there's a 2-week training program. But somehow you think you can come online and overnight make a 6-figure income? Whatever you want to learn, you're going to have to learn the skills. You're going to have to learn the strategies, and there's going to be a learning curve, and you're going to have to perfect them. So in order to achieve prosperity, in order to get this business the prosperity and the distributors the prosperity they deserve, we're going to need to develop some skills. Is that fair enough with everybody? Is that okay with you guys? Can I be this real when I talk? I know it's a lot different than what people are used to on these webinars of join now, so simple, we'll all get rich. But I got sick of hearing that, and I decided the truth needs to come out, and let's start building a business. So in order to develop these skills, there's 3 kind of main areas I want to talk about it. Can you believe 3? Everything I talk about comes in 3s. But there's 3 things we're going to want to focus on. The first thing is personal development. Because if your mind isn't right, you're not going to succeed. And just even some quick examples. Say so many people out there want to quit smoking cigarettes. So all day long they think to themselves, I'm not going to smoke a cigarette. But every time you think you're not going to smoke a cigarette, what comes into your mind? A cigarette. How likely are you going to be to quit smoking if all day long you're thinking about cigarettes? But if you're thinking, why do you want to quit smoking? I want to quit smoking because when my kids are older, I don't want my kids to smoke. Because when my kids are running around the yard and playing tag and playing frisbee, I can't keep up with them. I get winded after taking 2 steps. So if in your mind all day you start thinking about, having healthy kids, raising kids who don't smoke, running around the backyard and being able to play with them and enjoy being with them and giving it 100%, and that's what your focus is, you're going to have much higher likelihood of quit smoking compared if you're thinking about cigarettes all day. And that's just kind of an example of it, kind of with the mindsets. We're not going to go too deep into it right now because that's kind of what the trainings are for that we're building in the back office. But the second thing is kind of the principles and theories. This is kind of the why behind the how. For instance, say someone tells you, you need to market on Facebook, or you need to learn how to tell your story. I mean, those are actions, and anyone can do those actions. But once you understand the principles behind the why to do it, that's when you're going to start to see your marketing actually become effective and start seeing the results that you want. I mean, really learning this has made all the difference in my business. I could spend hours on Facebook. I could spend hours on Twitter, literally hours, and see absolutely no results. But once I understood why I was doing it, kind of those core strategies behind it, that's when I started to really start to see the results. Once I was able not to just market on Twitter, but I was able to do it with a purpose. I understood the theories of why to do it. And once I figured that out, instead of spamming my message all over or just trying to get people to buy, finally people started sending me messages asking me, what are you doing? What business are you in? How do you join? But of course, there's kind of that third thing. There are the exact strategies to follow. I know a lot of people like that A, B, C, connect the dots for me. And we can show you that all day long. But without those first 2 things, without having your mind right, and without understanding why it works, then you can do all the action you want in the world and not see results. So, but once you learn those 2 things, once you start to do these strategies, once you learn how to, define your target markets, how to brand yourself, how do you set up a Facebook profile? And not just set one up, but set one up that people are going to be attracted to. How do you set up your Twitter profile? What kind of posts do you post that get results? How do you use Facebook chats or, Twitter direct messages? Here's a step-by-step plan on how to tell your story. How do you shoot videos? How long should they be? What should the intro be? What should the body be? What's a call to action, and how do I use call to actions? What do you do when you start getting small results? What is a sales funnel? How do you create a bridge page? How do you be consistent in your business? And really these basic kind of step-by-step strategies, and all this kind of leads into the more advanced strategies, how to do Facebook pay-per-clicks or Google pay-per-clicks, or if you want to do phone leads or solo leads or email campaigns, and really building into that. So I think those are the 3 core skills that we need to build: personal, strategies and theories, and then exact strategies and systems on how to do it. Who would be excited to go through a system like that and learn those 3 things? Yes. And then the second thing we're going to talk about is security, just like the debates. Next question, Mr. J. How are you going to provide a secure business for the distributors to grow with? That's a great question, Lester. Can you guys tell I watch the debates? This is more fun than watching the debates, I hope. And believe it or not, there's 3 points I want to bring up. And this one, believe it or not, I might actually be able to cover this topic in under 2 minutes. So the first point in making sure we have security in this business is building it with a solid foundation and making sure we're structurally sound. In relaunching Jerky Direct, we thought it'd be pretty easy to relaunch. We can just set this up as the exact same business and we can just get it going again. But it turns out that's not the case. Network marketing rules and regulations are not like any other business out there. I don't know what you know about the government, but they do not like to make things easy. I mean, to be truthful, I understand why they do it, and I can kind of see why they do it. But at the same time, Oh, Kendra can't see it. But at the same time, oh boy, there's a lot of rules and regulations. I was talking to someone a few weeks ago who was telling me about a business he was in, how he worked it, how he spent his time doing it, his money, his effort, took times away from his family to build this business. And then when he was finally getting those $5,000 paychecks, company was shut down. And that's the exact opposite thing that we want. We don't want to just like meet the regulations. We don't just kind of want to skirt on by just to, hey, we're compliant. We really want to be a leader in the industry on how our business is run and making sure that we're staying on the right side of everything, knowing that we have the solid foundation to build for long-term success. The second thing we have for security is simplicity. In my opinion, we have the most simple business available. No matter what happens to the market or what amazing new products come out or the awesome new compensation plans or whatever these other companies create or think of to get people to join, we're always going to have that solid foundation of simplicity. We're going to have a simple business. We're going to have simple products. We're going to have a simple compensation plan that people can understand. I get calls on a regular basis with people telling me how much they love Jerky Direct because of that alone. Here's a business that I understand. Here's products I don't have to explain or convince somebody to buy or send to a 2-hour presentation on why they need these products. Here's something that I don't need a PhD to understand the compensation plan. I know how I'm going to get paid. This is something I can actually share with others and get excited about. And you can literally get started in this business on a shoestring budget. We have products you don't have to explain, a compensation plan that makes sense. And, I've been with companies and I've been to presentations where the business costs, $500. I've been to ones that cost $5,000 to get in. And they tell you, if you're not in at $5,000, then you're not serious, you're not part of the team, and we're not going to work with you. That's a lot of pressure. Do you know how many mortgage payments $5,000 is? So to have something this simple, take away all the barriers to entry or all the complications that are normally associated with this type of business, and to eliminate that is just an amazing thing to be a part of. And the third thing that we have is the culture. We're building a community of people that's unlike anything else in the home business industry. We're taking people from all walks of life and going to help them grow and become successful in home business. I've joined home businesses before where, join me, you call me anytime, I'm going to be there, I'm going to be your support, I'm your upline, anything you need. And then the second you join, it's like your upline joined the witness protection program. Your upline's gone, you can't get a hold of their upline, there's no team support, the company never answers the phone. If you get support on the line, it's just some employee who works there who doesn't really know anything. And you're stuck, wandering alone in this crazy forest of home business, not knowing where to go. You don't have a map. You don't have a compass. You have a flint and steel, but no one taught you how to create the sparks or that you need tinder before you can grow the fire. And, that was another kind of failed process, another failed policy of the old Jerky Direct. At one point, Jerky Direct, they had some impressive numbers. But by the time they closed, frankly, it was embarrassing. Has anybody here, ever joined the hot new system, they joined the best new business or the greatest thing ever and actually grown a team and actually had a downline, but then quickly just watched it fall apart and watched the attrition happen? And what we're going to do with our culture is give something people they can be excited to be a part of. Give something people they're proud of, that they want to be there for. Jerky Direct, they had some strong teams and some strong leaders out there, but really, it was like a church without a pastor. There were small groups that would meet, but they never had a time they could come together. They didn't have a single vision. Every different team was on a different mission and out there on their own. And, how successful would a church be if they didn't have a pastor? Or how successful would a church be if they didn't have regular service times? chances are, I mean, if you go to church, if that's your thing, if not, that's not what we're here for, but I do, so I talk about it. Chances are, you know who your pastors are. You know their names, you know their families, you know their story. You know what time the church services are every week. The old Jerky Direct, it had no leader. The guy that you saw on the videos on the Jerky Direct webpage, he was on the webpage that was 12 years old, and no one had even seen that guy in 8 years. Yet still, he was the spokesperson of the business. So now we have a new vision. Now we're on a mission. Now we're here to work together, to grow together, and we have a community of support to do that. So the third point is the direction. What is the future of Jerky Direct? Where are we headed? And I love this question. This is the question that gets me excited. This is the question that makes me want to have my feet hit the floor every morning when I get out of bed. And the first thing I'm excited about is really results. Watching people who have never had success online. Watching people who have struggled online. I talk to people, obviously some people have had success with Jerky Direct or other businesses, but I've talked to people who've been in network marketing, 10 years, 20 years, and they were never able to see that success. Or, every month they're just spending money on auto ship, but never getting a paycheck back. It's like network marketing is the fill up my closet club, and all they have is a closet full of products. How do we turn that around? How do we get people their first sale? How do we help someone recruit their first person or get that first paycheck? And even more than that, how do we watch people grow? How do we watch people break out of their shell? I mean, even right now, watching people break out as they make their first video and say, I've never made a video online before. And even just watching people do that for the first time and seeing those experiences and just, watch the fun they have. And, like, I never wanted to do it. It was scary. I was unsure what to do, but they did it. They took the step and they're like, wow, that wasn't that bad. That wasn't that scary. And even on the webinars, people are like, I've never turned my camera on a webinar before. But at the Jerky Direct webinars, I do. And just watching people have those small growths and turning that into results. And once we're able to hit this open enrollment and being able to send out those first couple $100 paychecks, those first couple $1,000 paychecks, seeing our first, our first $30,000 a year earner, seeing someone be able to walk away from their job, seeing someone say, hey, my spouse doesn't have to work anymore, I bought a new car, finally I don't have to worry about the rent or my mortgage payments. And just watching this company grow and expand and the people grow and be able to make money, but not just about the money, have that personal growth as well. And then also having a company that grows, a company that can support that. From being able to have more packages of jerky, getting back that family pack and the party pack so people can earn bigger commissions, getting those wholesale cases, adding more flavors, getting the turkey, the buffalo, adding on, grass-fed beef, organic lines, and really growing in and creating this. Because what you see now, I mean, this is still page 1 of the Jerky Direct story. Even though I feel like I could write a whole book already, we are literally still in the preface. This story hasn't even started yet. And as the business grows and develops, we're going to be able to create so many amazing things for the distributors. Sales videos, sales funnels, having super Saturdays of all-day trainings from some of the top leaders in the business. Being able to do conferences all across the country where, maybe we'll have one and people will travel to us, or maybe we'll travel around, or whatever that looks like. There's so many amazing things in store for this business. This business is going to continuously grow and evolve with our members to really become one of the best home-based businesses available. That's the goal. We don't want to just be another business. We want to be a business that when people hear about Jerky Direct, they see Jerky Direct, they're like, yeah, I've heard of them. What are they doing? What are they up to? Why are their reps so excited? Our business is over here talking about how to make $1 million in 3 months, but somehow they have rep after rep after rep after rep, making, $100 checks, $200 checks, but yet they're more excited than anything that we've ever seen. Let's not brag about these unrealistic results that nobody can get to. Well, let's get everybody, the average person who works for it, earning something, turning around their business and seeing some sort of result. And that's what I'm excited for. That's what I'm ready for. And as you guys know, I could talk for hours about this, but before I keep going, there was some questions and answers. I told you guys I would answer them. So I got some Facebook messages, I got some emails, and I want to make sure I go over the questions and answers. But yeah, who's excited for that? Who's excited for Jerky Direct? Who's excited for the story that we're writing and the business that we're creating? All right, who's excited for questions and answers? Yeah. Let me pull up the questions here. Let me see what we got. So surprisingly, I didn't get nearly as many questions as I expected. I thought they were going to flood in. I only got a couple. Let me pull them up here. So we had questions about the jerky. Let's kind of cover the jerky first. So one of the questions is it all natural? Is it premium? And there have been talks about kind of the all natural. And I know there's other companies out there, and the way they kind of market their jerky is they'll say all natural, but then there'll be a star by it, and by the star it will be all natural except for what occurs in soy. So I mean, we have something we'd be able to do like that, say yes, all natural except for the soy sauce. Are we gonna do that? Probably not. I would rather just kind of work on tweaking the jerky, getting some new things in there, work on getting that all-natural soy sauce and building it that way. Like I said, with our jerky, it's all about total transparency. We want to give you the ingredients that are in the ingredients. A lot of companies will say, our product has soy sauce, but it never has soy sauce. We want to be upfront about that and let people know what's going on every step of the way. So the next kind of thing is this premium jerky? Absolutely. This is small batch, handmade, made to order jerky. Literally, it's made the week that you order it. So some people are kind of like, my order didn't come right away. And that's for two reasons. I mean, one reason, we're brand new. We're just kind of working out the tweaks, kind of working out the kinks, getting everything to work smoothly. But the second thing is literally when you order your jerky, that's when it's being made. I mean, we don't have a warehouse just full of jerky wondering when we're going to ship it. It's literally made by order. When people order it, that's when it's being made. I mean, this is jerky that you order on Monday. Hopefully you'll get it by Friday once we have all the kinks worked out. But this jerky was literally made on Tuesday. And that's what kind of fresh jerky we have. Again, small batch, handmade. I think this is as premium as you get. Literally made the same week that it's shipped to you. And it's been really interesting kind of seeing the responses about the jerky. Some people are not happy. Like you guys who have seen my webinars, I'm more honest than I should be. But yeah, some people are not happy at all. But again, those are kind of the same people who act like I went to their house and stomped on their puppy about the business. I can only do what I can do. But it's kind of that change. This isn't the same jerky that we're used to getting. And then, I talk to some people and they love it. They absolutely love it. And they say, when I eat this, I can tell it's fresh. I can tell it's natural. I can tell the quality in this jerky. And then there's some people who say, this jerky needs more flavor. And then I actually got a phone call today. You guys won't believe this, but he said, the flavor is too intense. So it's just literally a gamut of responses, everything from top to bottom to left to right. And, it's literally going to be impossible to please everybody. If we took every piece of feedback we got about the jerky, it would be impossible to make jerky because we'd have nothing left to do. We'd just be mailing you guys raw beef and saying, all right, you go ahead, make some jerky. But what we are going to do is we're going to continually test, tweak, and grow the jerky. We're going to evolve with the company as we try new things, expand on new things, and get that feedback. find out what you guys want, and have you guys a part of that process as we grow. And, I get the question too, why don't you talk more about the jerky? You just talk all about the business, and it seems like this is all about making money. Yeah, you guys didn't think I'd answer the hard questions too, did you? And, to that point, the answer's kind of touche, fair enough, because, this is true. But you have to remember, for 12 years, Jerky Direct had the perfect jerky ever. But no one ever made any money. The beef jerky company shut down 12 years later, and nobody was even making, I don't even think, over $500 a month residual income. People talked about the jerky, and they talked about the jerky, and people joined, and no matter how good the jerky was, people quit. So especially with this group of people who are in Jerky Direct, I want to talk about how to make money, how to market, how to get traffic, leads, and sales, and how to make this a profitable business. Once we hit open enrollments and we start to bring in kind of, new people and start bringing in the new blood, the presentations are going to be a little bit more balanced. They'll probably be closer to more 50-50. Nah, let's be honest, they'll probably still be, 60-40, 65-35. Because those people aren't going to know the old Jerky Direct. To them, this is all going to be brand new. And, I want to balance it out more, especially during open enrollment, because, there's going to be people, there's going to be that market of people who love multi-level marketing. They just want a simple way to build a business. They want a simple business with simple products, something they can get plugged in and be a part of. And they love multi-level marketing already, and then they hear beef jerky. That's amazing. I want in. But then there's going to be the market of people who are going to be on a webinar, and maybe they've been burnt in multi-level marketing. They don't like the idea. They don't want to be a part of one of those things. But then when they hear that it's beef jerky, they start to think, hey, I like beef jerky. That's something I enjoy. That's something I could share with my friends. That's something that I can do. So once we hit that open enrollment, you will see a little bit more balance in there. The next questions, are the webinars recorded? Ooh, this is a high demand question. Everybody asks, are the webinars recorded? And we're kind of working on the best way to do this. I think what's going to happen is that we're going to do replays of the live webinars that will be available for 24 hours after the live webinar. But also what we want to do is we're working on a presentation, kind of that standard presentation about the business that you can send your prospects to, that explains the business, what's going on, that's going to be available at any time that people can plug into and watch. But as far as the live webinars, our live webinars are a little bit different. This isn't your average company webinar. So, what we're probably going to do is have replays of those for 24 hours, because we do want to encourage people to get on the live webinars. We want people to be a part of it. We want them to see us, to get to know us, to interact with us. So this one's being recorded. I'll put it up so people can see the replay. But again, we might only do it for 24 hours, but then we are going to have that presentation that breaks down the business for everybody that they can watch at any time. Let's see what else we got here. Ooh, can I change my username or email? Email, yes. Username, no. Well, you can change your username, but we don't encourage it. We're going to say no, you don't have access to do that in the back office. But if you really need to change it, you can send support an email, and they're able to do it. But if you call us every day and send us an email every day to change it, and want to change it every day, your requests are going to get denied. So the general rule is no. But if something comes up that you really want a different one, or you need a different one, or something happens, then we can work with you on that. And also to let you know, when signing up, we do have usernames that can get denied as well. So people are clever, people are creative, and they try to join with usernames like, I want my username to be join. Clever, right? And those type of usernames we are denying. We're not going to let anyone have a username that looks like an official Jerky Direct page. someone goes to jerkydirect.com/join, they're going to think it's a Jerky Direct page and not realize that's an actual user page. So, we're rejecting names that are kind of like join or start here or enroll. And a lot of those are already blacklisted. So if you even try to sign up with that username, it will tell you no. Let's see, what else do we got here? Oh, and we have a great question about marketing. Someone asked, I heard that 80% of people in direct sales are women. With a company like Jerky Direct, would those numbers be different? It sounds like he wants to be sensitive to the audience he's going to be marketing to and doesn't want to shut anyone off. And I guess I don't know if the numbers are that high. I don't know if it's 80% are women, but I've definitely heard that a large majority of people in home business and network marketing are women. And I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe that trend stays true with Jerky Direct. I never actually went through the distributor list and counted names to see which way they were. But I'm going to believe that stays true with Jerky Direct because even if women aren't your stereotypical beef jerky eaters, you'd be amazed how many of the ladies out there like it and love beef jerky. And not only that, I know a lot of them who buy it for their husbands, they buy it for their kids to have as a snack and things like that. But as far as worrying about stats like that for your marketing, you've probably heard me say before, if you sell to everybody, you sell to no one. So we're actually going to have trainings about finding kind of your target market and how to do branding. But I would say, don't worry about trying to find who you think's going to buy it. Try to find people who are just like you on the same goal and path that you're on. It's kind of like the reason that I couldn't sell golf equipment. Sure, I probably could. I could go in, I could make a few sales, get, sell a couple clubs. But who would be really good at selling golf equipment? A golfer. Why? They know the terms. They know the local courses. They live the life. They know their handicap. They know the struggles people go through on the golf course. They know the learning curves people go through. They know what kind of results people are trying to get. They can show them the best solutions. If someone walked into the golf store and asked me, hey, I have a really bad slice, when I drive, how do I fix that? Maybe a new club. But someone who knows golf can say, I used to have that same problem. Here's the best solution. Try this club and here's why. I used to slice the ball all the time and this helped. And when those people come back to buy more clubs, they're going to look for you. They're going to look for that person who knows what they're talking about. So you're going to want to define who you are. You're going to want to define, your goals, your visions, why you're doing this, and then start to attract people like you, people with that same story, people with the same struggles, the same problems that you can give solutions to. I'm sure you guys have heard this before too. People don't join businesses, they join people. So become someone that other people are going to want to join. As people start to connect with you as a person, that's where you're going to start to see big results. If you're buying specific, like, email leads or phone leads, and you can, pick the gender or ages or things like that, I would rather have a list of 500 people who are just like me than a list of 5,000 people that I have nothing in common with. So, if you're buying big lists, I would say, try out a few different emails, kind of test and tweak, do some split testing, see which ones work better. Also, make sure you're using some sort of bridge page or webinar sign up, collecting emails to build that list and not just sending people to your web page. Again, this is more stuff that we're going to train about, and this is going to go through the training guide. If you have no idea what I was talking about during any of that, that's okay. That's something you're going to want to work up to and build up to, but we'll start you off small to get you there. I wonder, I think that was Bruce. Bruce, are you on the webinar? Did that question help out at all? We got some things in the comments here. Absolutely, we can keep up with our MLM growth. They're ready to make jerky. They're ready to ship out. They can handle large orders. Yeah, we have no worries about that. Someone got their first lead online. Nice work. Get some battery, get different. You know, anything small batch, you know, it's kind of like anytime you go to McDonald's and you get a Big Mac. I mean, you don't, well, it's pretty much the same burger. They're always a little bit different. That's kind of the small batch of it. But of course, we want consistency. I mean, we don't want every time you get a piece of beef jerky is completely different. You know, we do want some obviously consistency in there. Will we postpone open enrollment with the site issues and training? Oh, great question. Let me cover that in a minute. Oh, where will we find the recorded videos of the replays? For right now, those are going to be on, let me type it in the chat. The relaunch, prelaunch.com. I think that's where we'll put the recorded videos, at least for this week. You know, we'll probably change that once we hit open enrollment. We might leave it. But for now, that's where this replay is going to be. And so for getting started, let me kind of go through here. I think everyone who's on here, who here's already in the beta access? Who here's already in the first access? Who's already made a decision to get started with us? Raise your hand or type something in chat. Ward, Gary, Gene, Bill, Corey, Kendra, Doug. Donna's not raising her hand, or maybe my thing's in the way so I just can't see it. Travis, I can tell by the big smile on your face. Michael, Rob, Scott, Richard, Franklin. The B1 Johnson, I think you're Bruce. Terry, hey Terry, how are you doing? I hope you had a great time at the fair. I guess it wasn't a fair. I don't know the right word for it. That's okay. Diana. So, I mean, the majority of people here, it looks like, already took advantage of this and already decided to get started. But just in case there's anybody who hasn't, I kind of want to touch on a few of these updates. So there has been questions kind of about the distributor kits. And to get started in business, festival, that's the word. So to get started in business, once we hit open enrollment, you're going to have to purchase a distributor kit for $15.95. And this is going to get you access to the business. This is going to get you your website, your training, ability to buy at wholesale, access to pretty much everything that you need to grow the business. Besides that, you have to buy or sell one package of jerky, and by package I mean a twin pack, in order to qualify for commissions. So with the distributor kit, a lot of people asking, are they ready? Are they going to be mailed out? And the answer to both of those is no and no. Well, let me explain a little bit. Let me explain. So, the videos, they're getting created and they're getting added right now. For that, I need to follow my own advice. Don't get it perfect, get it going. And that's what we need to do with the distributor trainings and the distributor kits, is just get this going and get things up there. Because I've learned some new things about distributor kits, kind of with the legal side and everything like that. So, I'm not sure if they're going to be mailed out or not. And I think at this point, we're not going to mail them out. And here's why. Because we're not just going to have a distributor kit. It's not going to say, here's your 5 trainings, here's all you need to know, go ahead and go. Here's your getting started guide, go ahead and go. Especially in the beginning, the getting started guide is going to be continually growing and evolving. To be honest, the trainings are probably never going to be complete. There's always going to be things that we're going to want to add to them, that we're going to want to build on, that we're going to want, this is going to change in the market, or that's going to change in the market, or we're going to have new leaders getting results a different way, and we're going to want to be able to add to those. We're going to want to be able to grow them. And it's kind of pointless to mail out a distributor kit of, hey, here's all your information, it's all printed out, but next week, we change something, or there's something new, or we added to it. So I think the distributor kit's going to be more effective in the back office as more of a library that grows and evolves, that's going to continually have new videos added to it. The videos are going to continually get updated and continue to build on it. We're actually already starting to add some videos. Again, they may not be perfect, but I want to get them going. I want to get something up there so when we have new people, they can start to get plugged in. They can start to see what we're doing. And as we have new people come in, and as we start to develop leaders and people start to build their stories, those are the things we want to add to it. We want to be able to just say, I'm going to show you this. I found this today. Who here remembers JD Premium? This is going to be kind of funny. I found my JD Premium Keys to Success Distributor Guide. Did anyone else ever buy one of these from them? If I remember right, it was actually pretty expensive. I think this thing was like $50 to get mailed to me. And I remember I was pretty excited to get in the mail. I was like, all right, I'm getting my keys to success. I'm getting this distributor guide. I'm going to know how to build my business. I'm going to get this and be super successful. And then you open it up. How you can earn $1,000 in your first 30 days. I'm in. Step 1. It says E-roll. They didn't even spell it right. You guys complain about my spelling errors. Step 1. Enroll 16 preferred customers. Okay. And to be a preferred customer, you have to spend at least $80 a month. Step 2. Get 4 of those preferred customers to become an IBO by enrolling at least 1 preferred customer themselves. Oh, easy peasy. This book will teach me how. Let me see how to do that. Oh, luckily there's a memory jogger. If I can't think of a list of 100 people, here's how to think of my list of 100 people. Waitresses, Little League, dentist, eyeglasses, best dressed. You can't make a list of 100 people? And then you write your list of 100 people. This was why I was excited to get this in the mail until I got it. And then, oh, here's the best part. Oh, you don't know what to say when you call all your friends and family and loved ones? Don't worry. Here's a script. I can't believe I'm doing this live on a webinar. This is crazy. All right, here's the script. You guys ready for the script? And Richard said they were old school MLM for sure. You would think this is old school. But I was talking to someone in some brand new hot business, and this is exactly what they do. Make a list of 100 friends and family, and then on Tuesdays we have a call about our product, and on Thursdays we have a call about our compensation plan. So you just call your friends and family and get them on those calls, and everyone joins. Sure. But all right, here's the script. This is actually in the book. So you call, hey, how's it going today? Good. What's been so good about it? Whatever they say, find a genuine way to compliment it. Example, the prospect says, the weather is beautiful and the weekend is almost here. You. A guy with your attitude that likes his time off, that's a $5,000 to $10,000 a month story waiting to happen in my company. They will naturally ask what you do. Now here's what's even better. What if they say their day is not going well? Simply say, I'm sorry to hear that. People who work in my company rarely have a day like that. So, I mean, when people think about distributor kits and they want things like that in the mail, I mean, that's what they want. A book like this, and they think, oh, that's all I need, I'm going to succeed. And obviously, first of all, we're going to have way better information and actual strategies. But I don't want to just send out a book and say, here it is. Here's the guide. Here's the key. This is all you're ever going to need to know. Yeah, they said I'd pay like $50 for this. And so this is everything. This is your complete guide to everything that you need. I would rather have it online and have it digital. Thing we can build, grow, evolve, build off. Have the videos people can watch online. Have a link so they can download the audio and listen to it on their drive to work or while they're working out. Have the PDF workbooks they can download one by one and go through and print off if they want to. But to me, that's way more valuable. It's going to offer much more to people than just sending out a book. And, so with that, we're going to have open enrollment on Saturday. The big thing we're missing is in the back office is the compensation plan's not being updated. I mean, the numbers are being tracked, the commissions are there, you're getting paid for everything you do, and that's all being tracked. It's just not showing up in the back office. And that's what we're working on. I'd like to give you a time frame. I don't know. To be honest, it could take a couple weeks, but it's all there. It's all ready to go. It's just getting that fixed, and I know it's going to be there. And the other thing's making these trainings. And like I said, we're starting to make the trainings. We're putting them in the back office. I mean, Jerky Direct did this for 12 years with 0 trainings. If we start off the first couple weeks, couple months with minimal trainings, I'm okay with that, because it's going to be exciting every time we add a new training. Every time a new leader steps up and creates a training, that's something we can talk about. That's something we can celebrate, and that's something people can be a part of. And for anyone who is new on this webinar, first thing you're probably thinking is, what kind of company webinar is this? But the second thing you're probably thinking is, how do I become a part of this? I mean, I've never seen a group of people, this real, who actually talk about problems like this, who actually have solutions like this. And if you're thinking I want to be a part of it, I mean, you really have two options to be a part of it. The first option is to get in right now, to get in before open enrollments, to get in the beta access as we grow this business. And to get in for beta access, it's $45. Yeah, it's more than the normal distributor kit, because these are the people at the top of the company. These are going to be the leaders who help grow this business. Once we close this beta access, anyone who ever joins is going to be under someone who joined in the beta access. The beta access are going to have their links out there. When we hit open enrollment and the news starts to spread and people start searching the internet for Jerky Direct trying to find someone who joins, these first access people are going to be the people who are out there. As we develop these trainings and as we work on building these, and not only the trainings, but the sales funnels, and as we build the presentations for the business, we're going to be going to our first access group saying, hey, we're building a presentation for the company. We need some people to come on and tell their story and why you're a part of this. And think about that. When you're talking to someone that you met on Facebook, or someone sent you a tweet on Twitter wanting to know more about your business, and you send them to the presentation about your business and they're kind of watching it, and then all of a sudden there's you in the middle of the presentation talking about it, these people are like, what? Who is this guy? And that's what's going to get people excited. As the new person joins, and they join under you, and they start going through the trainings, and then training number 6, there you are live in the presentation, and as they see you, that's going to build so much more excitement and so much more belief. I mean, think about it. 3, 4, 5 years down the road, when you're on your webinars and you're with your team saying, I was there for first access. I was there in the beginning. What excuse do you have why you can't do this? Because no matter what, people are going to have excuses. You give people everything, and they're going to have some sort of excuse. And you can say, yeah, I'm not taking your excuses. I was there in first access. We couldn't even see our commissions. We didn't even have these training videos. We didn't even have a sales funnel. I had to pay more than that to get started, and I made it work and was successful. And when you're still recruiting people and you're building a team, and they can say, yeah, my upline, my sponsor, he was one of the people in the first access. He was in the beta group growing this since the beginning. You need to get on his webinar and check it out. I mean, it's not only getting in first and having that access. We're creating, I still need to do this. I need to get everyone before open enrollment happens. I need to get everyone in the first access on an email list. And that way we can have the Facebook group. We can have the first access webinars. I can reach out to you guys as we develop and build these trainings. And just to have people a part of that and be a part of that opportunity. I mean, people are telling me $45, that's all you're charging to be at the very top of your company. My answer is kind of, yeah. People are like, this should be $250. I would have paid $500 for this. And that made me think, well, guess what? Price went up to $500. But I wanted to get people in. I wanted people to have a little bit more skin in the game, people who are a little bit more serious to be a part of it. But at the same time, I didn't want it to be so unreachable that only 3 people decide to do it. I'm so excited for the people who are being a part of it, who are helping us grow this and create this as we do the trainings, the sales funnels, to have them there for that. And this is absolutely just an amazing experience and something to be a part of. So if you're still, again, if this is your first webinar, or if you've been on a couple but haven't made a decision, I encourage you to make a decision to get started. Again, if you want to wait till open enrollments, and you're more than welcome to do so. But I encourage you to make a decision right now to say, I'm going to step up. I'm going to be a leader. I don't want next year to be the same as it is this year. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to take charge of my future. I'm going to learn the skills that I need to learn. I'm going to find a community to grow with. I'm going to be a part of this, and I'm going to be serious. And that's who we're looking for. And again, I'm going to be more honest than I should. You know, First Access Beta Group is not for everybody. Daniel Trump. Yeah, someone wrote, Daniel Trump, we're counting on you to make America great again. I don't know about America, but let's start with Jerky Direct. You know, we're making Jerky Direct great again. And, you know, this opportunity is, you know, it's not for everybody. You know, if you're thinking, you know, I like to sit on the sidelines, you know, I don't like things that change, you know, I'm unsure, I need something that's 100% stable, and which you're never going to find. But if you're thinking things like that, then that's okay. You know, come back a year or two down the road. But we're still going to be here. We're still going to be growing. The First Access, the people you see on these webinars, these are going to be the leaders in the company doing the trainings, telling their stories, talking about how they built their business, you know, live on camera, showing those first $100, $1,000 checks coming through. And I'm just excited to be here. I'm excited for this. You know, luckily, the weather's finally starting to cool down here in Minnesota. So the upcoming webinars, I won't be sweating as much as I used to as those July months. But I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to grow. I'm excited to build with you guys. Who here is excited to be a part of it? Who's here ready to go with this? So let me know on Facebook. Send me an email. And I should mention, yeah, Gary's excited, Corey's excited, Bill's excited. I'm pretty sure I saw Gene, Kendra, Doug's got his hand up, Donna's got her hand up, Franklin, Diane, Thomas, Richard, Terry, Travis. And it's just going to get bigger. It's just going to get better as we continue to grow and continue to build. This is only the beginning. I mean, this is literally the beginning of the business. This is chapter 1. Oh, question, is the product organic? No, it's not USDA certified organic at this time. You know, we're looking into organic lines. Again, those are going to be things that take time to build. Those are going to be things that take time to get. You know, I'll send a message and say, yeah, we're working on wholesale cases. You know, we're working on getting this. And then the next day, someone will send a message. Do we have wholesale cases yet? No. It's been 8 hours. Like, we don't even have a compensation plan in the back office yet. Like, let me make sure that's up and running. Then we'll get to the wholesale cases. But don't worry, we're going to build. I'm here to do everything it takes to get this company going. It's been quite a fight already. I mean, we have people who have been on these webinars since, like, I think 4th of July? Was that the first webinar, 4th of July, that we started doing this? I think that sounds right. And here we are. After every struggle, every obstacle, anything that comes up, I'm ready. I'm ready to continue. I'm ready to grow. I'm ready to build with you guys. And I'm just so excited for it. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate people like Bill who have been here since day one, since the very first webinar. I appreciate new people who are just coming on, checking us out from the very first time. And I appreciate everyone. It's absolutely amazing what we're going to do. It's absolutely amazing what we're going to build. Oh, we got one more question. Is the jerky gluten-free? It is not. I think gluten-free means no wheat. And I think there's wheat in the soy sauce. I don't know. You'd have to look. We're putting ingredients up on the website. Oh, and yes. All right, so this is going to be an amazing ride. We're going to do more question and answer sessions. We're going to do more webinars, get more trainings in the back office. And there is some popping up already. I'm not going to tell you where they are. I'm going to make you guys play around a little bit and look for them, but they're not too hard to find. Look for them and find them. You're going to see more continually added. If you want to be a part of the trainings, send me a message. If you're saying, you know, I've had amazing results on Facebook, I've had amazing results on Instagram. I'm great at phone leads or whatever it is or whatever your specialty is. Let me know, and let's get you building those trainings. Let's get you a part of it. Let's get this growing. Let's get the excitement going. I'm going to say, yeah, we're launching October 1st. October 1st is National Vegetarian Day. I don't know if anybody else, but I absolutely love that. I think that is awesome because social media is going to be blowing up with it, and then here we're going to be Jerky Direct celebrating our opening day. So our anniversary is going to be Vegetarian Day. If that doesn't get us some press, some talk on social media, I don't know what will. But biggest part, let's have fun. Let's enjoy being here. Let's enjoy doing this. If this is going to stress you out, if it's going to just make your mind spin and your head hurts, then don't do it. But if you're ready for a ride, you're ready for the ups, there's going to be downs, we're going to laugh, we're going to cry, we're going to do everything, but what we're going to do is be successful, we're going to make money, and we're going to have fun doing it. Again, I appreciate all of you. I thank everybody for being here. I hope this was better than the presidential debates. Say a prayer for our country. I think we need it no matter what happens. And hey, say a prayer for me. I'll pray for you guys. I'll talk to y'all soon. Thanks.